entire planet sort of succumbing to this potential. So what are the options? I would suggest that at some point there's either going to be a voluntary or an involuntary correction source. Now look, I don't see those being some sort of evil something. I know there's all kinds of weird QAnon theories about the vaccines that have be turned on.
Look at this movie.
Coming from
It's not about it.
senators.
Yes, it's like,
Less than a minute.
oh, God.
Yeah, that's complete nonsense and stupid. But what is much more likely is that we're going to have to come up with a much better way of managing our resources and managing the size of populations that we're going to go to before we hit that point.
Lots of great questions. Thank you so much for that. Just really quickly. Well, you know what? I won't even ask you that question. Tell me what you, where people can find you and what you've got going on next or now. So, I know, right?
Yeah, I know, I never end. So the thing is, I'm no longer really employed full time, which is kind of cool. And I wouldn't say retired at all, but I get to choose much more. I have the ability to choose the project I'm going to work on as opposed to just making an income, which is really what I want to do. So I tend to lean towards projects which have some kind of potential social value or some kind of value to the planet at large. So one of these has to do with an energy project. And I won't go into too much. It just has to say that we're using nanotechnology, in this case graphene, as a kind of a fuel reformer system. And it's a way to capture carbon and convert it into graphene. And something's already being done. But then use the graphene as
Okay. And historianofthefuturex.com.
That's correct. Yeah, my email's on there as well.
Okay. And what's cool too is, and I didn't get to get into it, but you know what? We're going to have to save it for another time. But I think it might have to do with some sort of maybe possible weird metal. Anyway, thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate it. I'm glad it worked out.
Oh no! Wait a minute.
I know it. It's fine. Charles, thanks so much. Have a great.
Well, thank you. It was wonderful, and you're very awesome. No matter what.
Thank you so much. Elaine earlier and Charles Ostman there. Thank you all for being here. Thanks to guests as well. If you liked it, if you had a good time, if you enjoyed the guest, please write in. Say something positive. That's really nice. I love that. From the foothills of the Colorado Rockies, many things going out to our team. That's just absolutely incredible. Julie Talbot, Bill May, Lisa Lyon, Tommy Danheiser, Dan Delaney, Stephanie Smith, Mike Cosio. Hey there, Mike. He's the quiet guy in the back. Lex Lonehood, Sean Leathersewer, Tim Banal, Tina Salvati, Donna Walker. Getting to talk to Elaine Lelaine tonight and loving that. Brian, Stacy, Chris Burrows, Tim Narins, Tom Narins, Penny Girl, Nerner, Adam Thompson. Oh my gosh. I said Chris Burrows. Hey, Chris, you get it again. Ian Punnett, Lisa Gar, Richard Sirrett. You'll be on my podcast soon. George Knapp, and also the Emperor of the Night, George Norrie, the entire Coast to Coast AM team, and more in there too. Hey, thanks so much, you guys, for being here. I hope you'll join me on ConnieWillis.com, the podcast, Become a Blue Rocker, and Connie After Dark. I'd love that. And until we meet again, keep watching the night skies and continue with me to seek out the strange and uncover the unknown. For Coast to Coast AM, I'm Connie Willis.
Seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number and put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud? Just like I check my credit card statement, I check.
Call the Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call 855-613-7080. On Ice-T's Daily Game podcast, the cultural icon unveils words of wisdom and motivational quotes he's collected over the years. No punches are pulled, as Ice shares his special brand of profound and brutal honesty on topics like romance, success, failure, and more. You can't sit back and say, I'm going to win this game and not go to practice. You still got to play that game. Faith and your mind is just not going to make it happen. Listen to Ice-T's Daily Game on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Oh, good times are... Now here's top recent statistical numbers.
St. Patrick's Day freebie. Get a free plush Rainbow keychain March 17th.
Number 2.
Get Toasty Toast when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The voted out the best casino in the Southland.
Morongo, good time. Hey, it's Dean Sharp. Clean and healthy water is essential for living your best life. LifeSource is the whole house water system that will change that life. LifeSource gives you filtered and delicious water from every tap, filtering out the bad, keeping the good, no maintenance needed. And right now, new customers can get a free Apapure antibacterial filter with qualifying purchase. That's an $825 value. So call LifeSource today at 800-803-2696 or go to lifesourcewater.com. LifeSource, taste and feel the difference.
The news has been updated. The refresh.
KOSTHD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County. Live.
The standoff lasting 40 hours in Belinda is over. That's in the San Gabriel Valley. The suspect has been found dead by suicide. Police say the standoff began as a man was firing shots at pedestrians, barricaded himself in the home. SWAT came out, and Sunday around 5 p.m., police say the suspect was found dead by suicide inside. At least 8 people are dead and potentially a dozen missing after a pair of Tonga boats capsized off San Diego coast late Saturday night into Sunday.
We had a 911 call from a Spanish speaker. That person reported that there were approximately 15 people and 8 people on 2 vessels that had overturned.
That was Lifeguard Division Chief James Gartland. Police suspect this was a human trafficking incident. The Treasury Department says they're helping the failure of a Silicon Valley bank and will help make sure deposits will be paid in full.
I've been working all weekend with our banking regulators to design appropriate policies to address this situation.
That was Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. She says depositors will still have access to all of their money starting today. Silicon Valley Bank collapsed Friday. Dozens of water rescues have taken place following an estimated 100-foot wide levee breach along California's Pajaro River in Monterey County. Roughly 10,000 residents evacuated California. Things are holding steady at the pump. AAA says the average price of a gallon of gas in LA County, $4.95. The Oscars are over, but the road closures continue. All lanes of Hollywood Boulevard remain closed between Orange Drive and Highland Avenue until 6 a.m. Wednesday. Southline weather from KFI. Partly cloudy skies, highs in the mid to upper 60s. It's 56 in Seal Beach. Brea reports 55. 57 degrees in Commerce and 54 in Santa Monica. We live local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennis.
In Sherman Oaks, it's called the 101 north-south right before Woodman Avenue. Crash taking up the 2 right lanes. You drive this, bunching up as you approach this area. In Whittier, we have good news. Earlier crash on the 605 northbound at Washington Boulevard has been cleared from lanes. Your drive is up to full speeds in that area. And in South LA, this is on the 105 westbound at Vermont Avenue. We have a crash there blocking the off-ramp. Watch for slowing in that stretch. KFI and the Sky hopes to get you there faster on Brian Vance. I've been a small business person my entire adult life, and over the years, several HR issues I got nailed. I could never afford an HR person, but there's an answer. Harassment training, hostile work environment, terminations, that was my problem, people complaining about other employees, all putting you and your business at risk. With Bambi, you get access to your own dedicated HR manager available by phone, email, real-time chat. Go to Bambi.com, type in KFI under the radio drop-down when you sign up. Bambi.com, that's KFI under the radio drop-down. I want the credit, please. Spelled BAM, B-E-E, that's BAM, B-E-E, that's Bambi.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather. new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 38,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Spring Getaway. This month, get 40% off Rosetta Stone's lifetime unlimited subscription and explore the world with bite-sized lessons in 25 languages, from Spanish and German to French and Korean, and even Portuguese and Turkish. Rosetta Stone prepares you for real-life conversations and will have you talking from your very first lesson. So visit rosettastone.com today for 40% off and get ready for the trip of a lifetime. Offer ends March 22nd. Rosetta Stone. How language is learned. Why would a plumber just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated?
No, it's not. It makes no sense at all. They obviously have a price.
Whoa, you've got a nice aroma. Who are you?
Mike Diamond, the Smell Good plumber.
Will you tell me how much to unclog my drain?
$99.
But you haven't seen it.
Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer stoppage. The Smell Good plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99.
Almost.
Yeah, there are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website before you call. Just go to thesmellgoodplumber.com.
Wow, you're like up front and everything. I just called a guy named Bubba who wouldn't tell me anything.
No Bubba's here, ma'am. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclog drains for $99. Call us 1-800-446-MIKE. Contractor license number 399170.
Injured in an accident? Visit superlawyer.com.
The people in prison committed the crimes, period. And that's all that matters. Their color, their ethnicity doesn't matter. They committed the crimes. And gangs are in the business of crime. John and Ken, they don't do anything else but commit crimes all day. Live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI. And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
This is Jacob Amon. If you've been involved in a motorcycle accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
KFI, AM 640.
This program was previously recorded. Say it, bitch.
Broadcasting from the confines of an abandoned radio station in the secluded apartment topics they told us were off limits. Hello there, I'm Connie Willis. This is Coast to Coast AM. Tonight, First Lady of Fitness. Also, Nano. I've been dying to do that. Time now, though, turn off the lights. Join me for another interesting evening of conversation, much needed education, and the chance that we might get a little closer to the truth of what lurks amongst us and what is beyond. I'm Connie Willis, and this is Coast to Coast AM.
Tax season can be taxing on your identity because all your personal information is all in one place, getting emailed, shared, and possibly exposed to identity thieves. Tax forms can be like one-stop shops for ID thieves, which means it can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. Protection against identity theft is easier with LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock by Norton helps monitor your info and alerts you to potential identity threats, and if you do become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it during tax season and beyond. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can make sure your identity theft protection starts here. Join LifeLock today. Save up to 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com and use promo code George. That's lifelock.com. Use promo code George to save 25% off. LifeLock.com.
Real people, real stories.
I had acute eczema. I have tried every cream and ointment that you can imagine. It was pretty miserable. So I started taking Onivora, and at this point, I don't want to ever be without it.
Our little dog developed this lymph problem. The chemotherapy lasted for 6 months. He started developing more lymph nodes that were swelled up. So I thought I'd just try carnivore. The lymph nodes started to go down, swelling did. Then I took him into the vet to have him checked out, and there was no signs at all inside. My cat had issues that developed in his eye, so my veterinarian said, you know what, just go ahead and remove the eye. Now the carnivore advertising. So I said, you know what, I'm going to order this product. They did all the tests. I kid you not, this product saved his eye.
Call 866-836-8735. That's 866-836-8735. Or visit carnivore.com. That's
It is Coast to Coast AM. Hello there, Connie Willis with you. Oh my goodness, what a night we're going to have. There's just so much information in so little time, which always reminds me of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. What would he say? He would say, so little to see in so much time, or something, and he would have to stop and reverse it. Anyway, one of my all-time favorite shows. The only thing they did wrong with that film, was it should have been in black and white, and then when they went into the chocolate factory, it should have been color. That's the only problem I have with that movie. That's it. And if that's the only problem, we're doing okay. That's one of the classics for sure. So, daylight savings time. Hope you guys have all already changed all your manual clocks, because everything else just happens to where, come on, if it wasn't even said or mentioned, you probably wouldn't really have noticed, maybe. Except, okay, oh, it seems a little lighter, but maybe you wouldn't even notice that. I mean, everything is so automatic now. But your manual clocks, as I came in here in my studio, I was, because I've got one that is all digital. It's good for radio to have that, where it's like tick, 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 without the tick, 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 tick noise, but it glows in the dark, so I can have a bit of a mood for Coast to Coast AM. But, that's a manual one, because it does do that green glow in the dark, like you used to have a long time ago, that kind of thing. And I have another one on the wall, so, I haven't changed that one yet. I gotta remember to do that. So, I don't know, maybe it's just radio people that have those now, but make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. A lot of people are groggy today about, do you know sleep? Well, take a nap. Go take a nap. Take it away from me. I'm supposed to be happy all day. So, anyway, I hope that you remember to do that. And really, that's kind of it. I think somebody said one of the award shows on tonight. Isn't that terrible? My background is in all this kind of wording. Punching somebody again, I don't even want to go there. I just know that, I actually watched As Good as It Gets. And it was so sweet. What a great love story, and coming back to something like that again. So I missed, I guess, what I was supposed to watch tonight so I could talk about it. But, I don't know. Times change as you move forward, right? Well, I can tell you a couple things. I remember one of the first things I ever heard was this when I stepped foot in a Bigfoot area, and that was, we are highly advanced and we're everywhere. And if you want to learn more about that, go to my website and join my show, which is called Blue Rock Talk, and you'll hear more of that in my Blue Rock Vault. And you'll hear more of what they said to me in a mind speak. Real stuff, real deal. I hope you'll become a Blue Rocker, ConnieWillis.com. While you're there, you can also look for Connie After Dark. It's a live virtual bar. Have a drink with me. I don't care if it's milk. I'll probably have that with you, but that's up to you. And what happens there stays there. Also, Connie Willis, the podcast. And the people that I talked to tonight, and the ones that you hear most recently as well, and even before or even after, I plan to put on my podcast. So, as you know, I'm still developing it, working on it, and it's been doing great, and I can only thank you. So that is Connie Willis, the podcast. I still love the name. I just love that branding. That was just wonderful. People, when you have a problem going, what should I name it? Just use your name. And thank goodness there's also another famous Connie Willis out there, and we hope to have her on Coast to Coast as well. Now, I am so blessed to have been able to have such a wonderful life in the world of television and radio and film and documentaries. And as soon as I was born, my family would even say, she wants to be a movie star. I can never say my R's, by the way. I had a speech impediment all my life, and so here I am in radio where people would say you'll never do it. And I also had some teeth congenitally missing. They said you'll never be on TV. You know, and with the speech impediment, you'll never be on radio. But you got to keep going. You got to persist. You got to trust your heart and follow it, no matter what anybody tells you. And if you love somebody, follow it. Don't listen to anybody else. You know, you just have to follow your heart and just keep going because it will fall into place. Throughout my life, because of knowing what I always wanted to do, I continued to pursue it. And one of the things and one of the areas that I was in was Home Shopping Network. You guys remember I had Bob Sarcosta on recently. And by doing Home Shopping Network, by doing infomercials, by doing QVC, but like the 10 to 20 year span, you meet a lot of people. And all sorts of really there at the beginning for sure. She was smart about how you know, how good this was. But a lot of people would think this was secondhand kind of stuff. In fact, when I went to Culinary Institute of America and I said, hey, let's get the brand on, let's get the brand on. They were like, no, they thought, you know, one of the people there. I don't think that person's there anymore, but they thought it was like low class, secondhand. I'm like, no, why would you ever think that? And a lot of other people along the way did too, but there was a lot of us that didn't. We knew it was the real deal. And so you would meet some celebrities there. And what happened a lot of times is people like me that would come in. Now, there's a lot of me out there, okay? We've taken acting classes or not, we've taken improv classes or not, we've taken commercial classes or not, or we've auditioned forever for things and made it. But at one point, you make it. You actually get on a show, whatever it is, and it continues to go and go and go. And it's not that easy. The business goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So there's some people that give up. There's some people that just go up and down, up and down, up and down consistently. I might be one of those. And then there's some people that they hit it and boom, it just continues to blossom. Then when you get at a place like Home Shopping Network or anywhere else, especially when there's a lot of people like me, and then you know the ones that have made it really big, they usually started out like a me, and a lot of times those bigger celebrities will be in another room. They don't want to be with everybody else. They want to be in another green room before they go on. But then there's some top celebrities that are like, hey, where's the main green room? That's where we want to be. They want to be hip. They want to be with it. They want to be with the people that are, you know, who they are. Because we all have the same heart. And believe me, those of us, you know, we can look at the big ones and go, hey, you're still giving me hope. Thank you so much. I'll fit before your time. And so you don't even realize how big they are as a celebrity. And you just see them as normal, everyday people that you just love. And that is our first guest tonight, Elaine Lane and Jack LaLanne. Now, they were a little bit before my time. And when I had first met them, it was at Home Shopping Network. They were doing the Jack LaLanne juicer and more, if I can remember that. I was doing at the time, there was a grill I was doing, a round grill I was doing, and some other types of cooking and gourmet foods and things like that. And I really knew Jack and Elaine as these two great people that would be in the green room and just regular people, just having a ball. Jack LaLanne would be showing his muscles all the time, saying, you know, letting us feel his muscles. This is true. This is totally true. And I remember something, well, I know that's his wife over there. Is it okay to touch his muscles? Because I didn't realize the iconic man that he was. I just knew them as these two great people that were just wonderful and giving and funny and nice and then you know Jack would be like, yeah, you can feel the muscle here, and then Elaine would go, hey, look at this, and she would like jump up and then do the splits. I don't know how she did it. It would hurt me just to look at it. But Jack and Elaine were both individuals. They allowed each other to be each other, and they were just huge. Everybody knows them, and they can call anybody at any time, or Jack could have. Elaine's here now to do it all. She's turning 97. 97, you go girl, on the 19th, and I just love her to death. And I mean, holy cow, she was great to her husband and stood behind him, but she she on her own did it too. Okay, she was like, Elaine, I got to bring you in because I absolutely love that one picture. You had a cowboy hat on or something. You were gorgeous. You still are. What was that? What was that? What was that?
I started in 19. First of all, I want to say this gal got so much energy, so much. I'll tell you, she's dynamite. So this dynamite. I love her.
You or me?
And I thought I still think I got those whatever those grills.
Those grills. Yes, you and Jack would say, Jack. I got about 5 of them. You said we got more than that because we got the grand much.
Never say never again. Anyway, talk about the cowboy hat. Okay, I'll give you a scoop on the cowboy hat. The picture. Well, I started in television in 1949 actually, and in those days television they started at 6 o'clock at night, and I was working out of a modeling agency, and so we got a call. They got to call me up, and I was took a cab up there, and my cut my nails are those awful, they look terrible, and I looked at all these gorgeous, beautiful girls up at KRON. You had it on television in those days. You had to transmit from the transmitter. You couldn't. There's no studios or anything like that. The studio was at the transmitter. So we go up there and do a commercial, and I was amazed at all these gorgeous ladies from the modeling agency. Here I am, little old me. I look like a little house, but anyway, that's what I go in. And I watch and I go in and they say, okay, now take this bag and the grid is in the bag. Now you take it and put it on the table and open up the top and then take out a piece and smell it and say, oh God. And so that's what I did, and I got the commercial. So I got to be there every night with Lee Giroux, which was he was the announcer. And so every night I went up there. So now I'm working out of this agency, so I go down, so they send me, I've done, you talk about, you're selling stuff. I used to do all these shows, that would come to town. I had blow torches, I promoted, and I did events and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so I did this, I'm going into business, the department stores. Now I'm demonstrating 45 records, and so coming around and saying, can I get Sing Crosby out of can I get him? I said no, but you get Terry Como and he sounds just like him. And then so anyway,
I know one of Ben's sons.
That's the lawyer. He comes over to me. He's a very famous jack at that time in San Francisco, and he comes over to me and he says, I'm starting a television show, and it's going to be an hour and a half, and we're going to get a 12-piece orchestra from the ABC, and so I like the way you handle everybody, and would you like to be on the show? And you'd have to book the show. So it's an hour and a half every day. I have to book all the guests. So he says, oh, call this, wake up your feeling, call this and call that. But he says, do you think you can do it? And I said, yeah. I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, talk about auditioning and doing stuff like that. It just came out of the blue, and I just said yes. And so I sat in the middle of Sutro Mansion up at Twin Peaks at the transmitter and started calling people, and I put a show together. I appeared on the show and stayed on the show for this is leading into the hat. So So now let's go like we're on the air for about 3 or 4 years, and he decides to buy a radio station, country and western. So we leave television, and then we go down to KBSM in San Mateo, and I became a country and western disc jockey. I sold time on the station. He fired everybody. We ran this. I ran a radio station. I had to join the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers because he showed me how to put the station on the air in the morning. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So when we went out to personal appearances, I got this hat and pants and a top, a shirt, and I still have that. I still have the pants.
Oh, that picture, you are absolutely beautiful. I mean, you're just gorgeous.
Hearing my story.
No, never. First lady of fitness, I love that. Okay, because obviously Jack was what, the godfather of fitness and the king of fitness, and did you say you're the first lady of fitness, or did Jack say?
No, I don't say that. They put that on me. I said, I felt very embarrassed with this title, but I mean, it's sticking with it. Not embarrassed because of the title, but that's not me. See, I'm not
right.
People who go out and here I am in all my glory. I'm just an old shoe. Jack and I were just, we were like
Buddy Lane.
People.
Right, Buddy Lane, here's the deal. This was very true.
Yoshi.
This is very true. Jack would be doing the muscles, and you would get constant advice about how to take care of yourself, just sitting around hanging out in the green room. But then Elaine would be over in the little corners. You go, hey, everybody, look at this. And do you remember that you would just jump up and do splits and land those splits?
We had to just keep ourselves busy in that green room.
Yes.
It was fun, and it was Tony Little in the book that I just wrote, Pride and Discipline, the Legacy of Jack Lane. Tony Little in there says something about how Jackie could tell these jokes, and he said he just kept them in stitches in the green room.
He was. I'll never forget one time he had said. He was just talking about weight, and he would just go, eat it off, eat it off, eat it off.
Yeah, eat it off. I said, that's right. That's Jack. He said, eat it off, and he had a fantastic sense of humor. I mean, we laughed through life. If you don't laugh at yourself and you don't laugh through life, you're going to be an overboard life.
I know. How did you guys stay so? That's one of the most wonderful things is like when I came in and met you guys, to me, it was just, hey, that's Jack and Elaine. And it was just so nice because you were down to earth. I never realized just the iconic part of it and how big, and because everybody knows you guys. There's a lot of celebrities out there that, people know, but everybody knows you guys. You can call anybody.
You know what Jack used to say? Celebrities. He says, we're not a celebrity. A celebrity is a guy trying to find a he never thought of himself as a celebrity.
So true. And that's what's so great about you two was that because I just sit there right next to y'all, whatever, talking or not talking. And you know what? There's another story I can tell you when we get back, but we definitely have to get back because we have a commercial to do. But real quick, what's the book that you've got out that's right now out?
Oh, it's called Pride and Discipline, the Legacy of Jack Lane is those words and those he's inspired. And I can tell you more about it. But it's on Audible now, and we're all excited about it because it's an Audible. It's produced by a Nightingale Conan, and then now it's on Amazon too with the first book. So we're all excited about it.
Well, hang in there. More to come. Elaine Lovelane with me. Connie Willis here on Coast to Coast AM. Finding your way down the bay, riding your way up and down, on the sea where the mud 24-hour newsroom. It's a wrap on Hollywood's biggest night, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, the big winner of the 95th Academy Awards. The film took home Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. Out of its 11 nominations, the movie scored 7 wins. Police are looking for 2 men who broke into 7 Rancho Santa Margarita restaurants. There's surveillance footage. A 34-year-old man from Hills has been arrested for stealing a backpack from a car. Turns out there were GPS-enabled headphones in that backpack. Police tracked a signal to Terrell Meisenheimer's residence. They found the stolen backpack. Suspect arrested. President Biden expected in San Diego today. It's a planned meeting with prime ministers from Australia and the UK. White House says the meetings will center around military ties in the mid to upper 60s. Right now it's 57 in La Habra. Mission Viejo has 54, 53 for Moore Park, and 55 in San Dimas.
Really?
Julie Local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brittany Kenneth.
In South LA, this is on the 105 westbound at Vermont Avenue. We have cleanup crews from an earlier crash. Blocking the off-ramp for 74 Woodman has been cleared from lanes. Your drives up to Bulls Keys in that area. And in Corona, this is on the 91 eastbound at McKinley. Little fender bender there, out of lanes and on the right shoulder. Watch for the lanes. KFI and Sky hopes get you there faster on Brian Dam.
Looking to invest in real estate as a way to diversify, hedge against inflation, and receive consistent quarterly cash distribution? With First National Realty Partners, you'll get access to commercial real estate investments that are reserved only for elite private institutions. You'll enjoy all the benefits of fully passive real estate ownership, like tax write-offs, limited liability structures, quarterly cash distributions, and the potential for upside at exit. First National Realty Partners has thousands of investors who collect rent from national brand tenants like Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Publix, and many more. Call 888-019010 or go to fnrpradio.com. That's fnrpradio.com. Choose your fully passive commercial real estate investment deal. Securities are only available to verified accredited investors. Investments are subject to risk, including loss of principal. Cash distributions are not guaranteed. Any representations made about investment stability reflect FNRP's strategy and may or may not be realized. Visit fnrpradio.com.
Over the years, I've compiled thousands of inspiring, thought-provoking quotes, and now I'm passing that knowledge on to you in my new daily podcast. In less than 5 minutes, I'll break down why these words matter and reveal personal stories that show them in action in my life. Listen to Ice-T's Daily Beat every weekday on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, good times are waiting on St. Patty's Day.
Now your top reasons to remember.
St. Patrick's Day preview. Get a free plus Rainbow PJ March 17th.
Number 2.
This Tony Toaster with earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 20th and 21st.
And the number 1 reason.
We work hard for you. That's why LA Times readers voted us the best casino in the Southland.
Morongo, good time.
KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk.
Debate, knowing you'll never miss your favorite guests or topics ever again. Remember, a 1-year subscription comes out to only 15 cents a day. Sign up today at coasttocoastam.com.
It's Coast to Coast AM. Connie Willis here. Pat Stevens, Wide World. Ever want to know about the bumper music? You can always go to coasttocoastam.com. And while you are there checking that out, make sure you check out where you can meet for yourself our very own the man, George Norrie. Yeah, he does quite a bit. I still don't know how he sleeps. I think it might be upside down from his feet or something. And I don't know. He just works a lot. You don't think he does, but he does. He's everywhere. Think about it. And he's going to be out live where you can meet him yourself if you like. And he's going to be in a beautiful place. Man, I think that would be so fun to go. It's going to be Saturday, March 18th. It's coming up next weekend. He's going to be out in Sedona, Arizona. Just a beautiful place. He's going to be at the Sedona Performing Arts Center. George Norrie Live is going to be doing it on Saturday. The event itself is the Sedona Ascension Retreat. It's the 17th through the 19th. And there's going to be quite a few people there. One of the people I know, Brad Olson. Hey, Brad, you're going to be out there. That's cool. They got a panel thing going on. And let's see, what's George Norrie got set up? He's got the astronomer, Dr. Sky, is going to be out there, Billy Carson, and a special interdimensional roundtable. So he's going to have his hands full out there in a beautiful place. And if you've never met him, good chance to do it. If you'd like to learn more, go to our website, coasttocoastam.com.
For a limited time, it's back. The 1-ounce solid silver Ghana alien coin, part of the silver starter kit, just for Coast to Coast fans, exclusively at bullionmax.com/post. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there that have tried to order in the past, but it's sold out by the time you get there. But Bullion Max was finally able to get more in stock. And here's the great thing. When you go to bullionmax.com/post and order your silver starter kit, you don't get just the alien coin. You get 5 ounces of silver and fantastic collector pieces that are solid silver, like the Austrian Philharmonic coin and the Britain Britannia. We all know inflation is getting worse. The stock market had its worst year since 2008, and now is the time to diversify into precious metals that you can store at your home. And Bullion Max ships them to you fully insured. Hedge the stock market, hedge the U.S. dollar, start building your wealth in precious metals at bullionmax.com/post. That's bullionmax.com/post. Best-selling author David Horowitz's new bestseller, The Final Battle, reveals a secret war in America. Special interest groups are trying to destroy our country. The Final Battle 2024. Horowitz even names the names of the secret players. Get Final Battle and see the free offer. Oh, 1-800-NEWSMAX. That's 1-800-NEWSMAX today. Marvelous Entertainment and author Marvin Sunderland have released the newest in action-adventure science fiction that specifically deals with the question, are we alone in the universe? This action-packed drama includes a 7-novel masterpiece, comic books, video games, and movies of Sergeant Waggett's journeys across the universe. Get 20% off the entire 7-novel series and all future graphic novels. Enter coupon code Coast to Coast, all lowercase on marvelous.com. That's MARVALUOUS.com.
Welcome back to Coast AM. Connie Willis here. Find me at conniewillis.com. And I even have all of Elaine Lelane's books, Jack's books in there posted too. So if you ever forget, you can always go to conniewillis.com. And again, I'm going to get everybody, I'm going to round them all up, put them on my podcast at one point. So Elaine, you're going to be on my podcast at one point. So be ready, woman.
I'm ready, honey. I'm going to give the little tidbit. Tell me when you're on the podcast.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
Okay, so, I think it's interesting to note that, when we started going down to do HSN, Jack was 88 years old. Wow. And I was 76. So when you say I'm doing all those things, well, I was about 76 years old and Jack was 88. So that's when you knew it. But we felt like we were teenagers,
You acted like it, and
you sound like teenagers.
you were, and one of the other things. Oh my gosh, there's so many things I want to say, what I've seen, and all that. I want to make sure you get out the things that you want to say. But you know what? You guys were in love. And what, I mean, this might be outside. I don't think it's outside of the health and fitness because I think this is the healthiest way to live, and that is to be in love. Do you have what's your secret behind that?
Well, honey, you know what? I'll tell you what the secret is. When I met Jack, you know, I said to him, if you don't like me, I don't like you. you know, but we had we went out to dinner, and I said, oh my God, he's got a mind, I mean, he's smart. Because
He's not just
in those days, they made, people that worked out and looked at them, they made them look like, in the movies, they made them look like they didn't have anything upstairs. Anyway, so people, the women would say to me, oh man, what a body that guy's got. I said, honey, I didn't fall in love with his body. I fell in love with his brain. And I
said, it's a nice benefit.
We have a meeting of the minds, and then in my book, Trying to Discipline, The Legacy of Jack Lane, and then also Revitalize Your Life, it's on Audible too. He talks about the mind all the time. I mean, he visualized the swim from Alcatraz. He said, I can see myself coming out of the water. He was a great one for visualizing, and almost everything you'll see a theme. All his stuff is all about, it has a mind in it, because everything starts between your ears, your mind. What wiggles your finger? What wiggles your toes? You have to think about it. So
that's right.
You think you are.
Well, listen to you right now in '97, and look at you guys. That mind was always going and always staying strong. So being fit as well as the mind. So how would you guys exercise the mind?
Anyway, thinking good thoughts. You exercise the mind. When you exercise too, everything is connected. Everything you do is connected. And if you don't, I've seen, friends of mine that don't exercise, and they just grow up like a little ball when they get older, and then they fade away. But no, I really feel I was junk food junkie.
That was sick.
I ate bear claws, candy bars. and one day he came over to my desk at KGOTV because when I was on the hour and a half show in the afternoon, I'd come in early, and then these shows went on at 9 o'clock, and he'd come saunter over my desk and he'd say, this is before we dated, and he said, he goes, good booze, and my booze smoking, but he said, oh yeah, but he brought this guy over with a very big corporation, and the corporation was his stomach, out of trust. And he says, I'm going to take 30 pounds off of this guy in 30 days. And he did. I mean, so did it. But that's what changed my mind. I said, my God, I swam in the Minneapolis Aqua Follies and in the 40s, and I looked at myself and I said, oh my God, the sands of time are shifting. So I changed all my habits, and the blues were bluer, and the greens were greener when I quit smoking, and I just felt better, and I started exercising because I had exercised since I was, a swimmer, and that was about 6 years. So I let myself go, and after that I changed my life, and I exercised ever since, and watched my diet. But you know what? I was really good. Jack was talk about discipline. He was a disciplinarian with himself. He will not eat between meals. He would not do anything that, he just was disciplined. So now when I went along at 80 years old, I said, Jack, I'm 80 years old, and if I want a piece of cake, I'm going to have a piece of cake. And he says, now, what you do some of the time that counts is what you do most of the time that counts.
Yeah. Yeah, and
But
you know
he
what?
never got mad. He never got mad. He never. And if I said anything that was even halfway negative, that's negative. Don't talk about. I don't want to talk about negative things. So he was not negative, and that's exercising the mind. If you don't talk about negative stuff, if you think positively, then you're exercising your mind into that.
I like that. I like that. Now, was he a pretty romantic guy?
What's that?
Was he a pretty romantic guy, or were you the romantic one?
No, he was the romantic one.
Perfect.
He's always wanted to hold my hand, and he's always very romantic. You know, when he was a Frenchman, but his parents came from France, and but he just was a very very loving guy. So,
one of the things, well, two of the things I remember, I'll tell you, one of the things was that he didn't push things on people. He would kind of tell them, maybe it's not good to smoke, or maybe it's not, or if you want to keep doing this, you want to keep drinking. He never pushed anybody to anything, did he?
no, he would never tell you to stop smoking. He said that you have to you're the one that does it. I don't do anything. I can only say things, and you can ask me questions. And if you ask him a question, he'd spend hours with you if he could, you know. But if you were one of these people kind of made fun of him, and then he just, he was not mean to him or anything. He was not
Look at ghettos into
take the time with them like the other people would, that ask him the questions and whatnot. People would come to the restaurants, and he'd have a fork almost up to his face, and somebody would say, "Oh, would just walk down it," and then he'd move over, and he'd have the person sit there.
That's the part.
And then he'd sing he had a beautiful voice.
I found it, Lucy.
And he would sing if it's somebody's birthday, he'd go over to their table and sing happy birthday to them.
Wow. Do you, I tried to get it, and it just didn't work out. We didn't have the right formatics of it. What was the song? Are you able to sing the song that he sung at the very end of all of his shows?
Yeah. I have to raise the two voice these days. I had a better voice when
Do the hacking, it's okay.
If I to leave you, it's just a moment, just to fly. Now hear my wish for you. May the good Lord bless and keep you true. That's the thing. That was the signature song.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I was hoping to play it and you sing with him, but hey, just you doing that solo, that was great. Now, there was something that happened one time when I was at Home Shopping Network selling those grills that, I'll never forget when you were like, oh yeah, we buy it as like a pizza box when they sent to you. Give away for Christmas. That's what you said. Exactly. And it was so funny because I was like, really? All food and health and this kind of thing. This was like the health grill. And so it was this round grill, you guys, very flat, and had a lid on it too. And I went out there one time, and darn it, if nobody else on, would ever do this on any other network, nobody else would, it just wouldn't happen. They wouldn't let you get past any of the doors. But Jack just walks in while we're going live, and just walks on in and goes, I love these grills. I buy these grills from Connie. You need to buy these grills from Connie. And it was just so funny that he did that because, I'm just thinking, hey, thanks a lot. And then somebody goes, not too bad. And Jack LaLanne just sold some of your grills for you. And I was like, I guess that's pretty cool. Because, again, you all to me were just Jack and LaLanne. They're great. They're awesome,
Remember, Wolfgang Puck was selling his band, and we were next to each other, the set, and so Wolfgang would walk over to our booth, our set, and then he would, say something, and then Jack would walk over there to walk on his, and he would sell some of his spots, some of his spots, and comment,
I like that. I like that comment.
Yeah.
I like
anyway, I had such a great sense of humor. He was really so funny, and in the book I have humor too, and I had some of the people that and those he's inspired, and one of them is Dateline. Keith Morrison came to the house almost every 5 years to interview chat, and so he said, in one of the chats on humor, he said, "There's nothing I wouldn't do for my wife, and there's nothing she wouldn't do for me." So we spend our lives doing nothing for each other. Jack Cook and Keith Morrison. So it's really, it really is. It was funny. I mean, because I never told my stomach that a poor man. I'd hate to wake up in the morning and find myself dead. You know, my wife likes to run. She likes to run off at the mouth and run up my bills, and stuff like that. I mean, he always had a comeback to somebody who's nice. Jack, I'll be there shortly. He says, I'll be there longly, stuff like that. It's silly little stuff, but that made us laugh also a bit,
But your book now, she's got a lot of books, so you can go to jacklelane.com or you can go to elainelane.com.
And it's sold on Amazon, too. It's sold on Amazon. This would be for the book, this book, and for the audio book, which we just came out. So we're excited about that. So if you don't like to read, you can hear it on the Audible, and you can get it from Amazon.
While you're exercising, you can listen to it audibly. I love those. Pride and Discipline: The Legacy of Jack LaLanne. So elainelane.com or jacklelane.
jacklelane.com. Got a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. Oh my gosh! And by the way, it's LANNE. Everybody.
Yeah, LANNE, and we have 50 shows on a disc, but I mean that's getting out of people don't use it as disc much anymore, but we have 50 shows on there on our website.
Well, you're also on Facebook now.
Yeah,
we're doing that.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I mean, I have somebody post somebody. Let's put it that way.
For you, I can't wait till I can do
the Jack LaLanne Award away at IDEA every year. It's my 11th since he died, and I've spent 11 years, and I've given awards to Tony Horton and Todd Durkin and Billy Blanks and Fonda and the gal who swam from let's see what.
When we come back, I want to ask you about Jack's swimming and some of the different things that he did along the way, because he did a lot of just amazing things. Inventor, superhuman inspiration. He inspired so many people, obviously, and talked of nutrition and all that kind of stuff. But you're married to Superman, and you definitely are Superwoman.
You couldn't be around Jack and not be motivated, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I am so happy that I met both of you. And hey, it's still more time with you for sure, and I'm so excited. So everybody stay with us. We got more to talk about with Elaine LaLanne. And I got to tell y'all, absolutely amazing people. And now I'm going to be doing soon, now, in the future, whatever. There's never rest. There's never rest. Thank goodness. So stay with us. More to come. Connie Little's here in Coast to Coast 8 a.m.
There's one thing in my life that's missing. It's the time that I spend alone, sailing on the cool and bright clear water. There's lots of those friendly people showing me ways to go, but I never want to lose their inspiration.
One of America's most popular news channels is Newsmax. You
Watch Newsmax for news we have, and you'll get perspective you won't hear from other networks. Try Newsmax and discover why the left is Try Newsmax and discover why Newsmax says the left is trying to silence their voice. Newsmax says it's for good reason, because it's becoming one of the most popular channels in America. Tune in every night for Greta Van Susteren, Rob Schmidt, Eric Bolling, Greg Kelly, and much more. And Newsmax says, no surprise, Newsmax is already the 4th highest rated cable news channel and growing fast. You can get Newsmax on most cable systems. Check your channel guide. And if they don't carry Newsmax, switch to one that does. And remember, Newsmax is also free on streaming. Go to download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone and start watching now. Millions are making the switch to Newsmax. Newsmax is real news for real people.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number and put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it. Call the Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare
It was
fraud,
just
The United States told you, hey, let's start a coup. Back in the 1930s, a Marine named Smedley Butler was all that stood between the U.S. and fascism. I'm Ben Bold. I'm Alex French.
And I'm Smedley Butler. Join us for this sordid tale of ambition, treason, and what happens when evil tycoons have too much time on their hands.
Listen to Let's Start a Coup on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite shows.
ignorance is bliss. We have zero bliss. Completely blissless.
KOST Los Angeles, Orange County. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Standoff over. I'm Bree Tennis in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The gunman who was barricaded in the house in Belinda is now dead after committing suicide. The standoff lasted over 40 hours. It began Friday in the San Gabriel Valley. LA County Sheriff Robert Luna says the man had a criminal past.
Somebody that is no stranger to law enforcement contact.
LAPD responded to a call about a man with a weapon inside a home. Responding deputies were fired upon when they arrived. No deputies were injured, but a minor and a woman were hurt. Nearby homes evacuated, and a temporary shelter was set up for those who were displaced. It's all over now. At least 8 people are dead and potentially over a dozen still missing after a pair of Tonga boats capsized off the San Diego coast late Saturday night.
We got a 911 call from a Spanish speaker. That person reported that there were approximately 15 people and 8 people on 2 vessels that had overturned.
That was Lifeguard Division Chief James Gartland. Police suspect this was human trafficking. A boy swept away in the Santa Ana River has been rescued by a bystander. Orange County Fire Authority says the boy got too close to the water's edge and fell in. His father went in after, but was unable to reach his son. A bystander spotted the child, jumped in, pulled him out. Water rescued the boy's father. Everyone's going to be okay. We're holding steady at the pumps. Replaced the average price of a gallon of gas in LA County. 4 bars remain closed between Orange Drive and Highland Avenue until 6 a.m. Wednesday. And look alive. Helpline says the number of fatal car crashes goes up the week after the time change by about 6%, and your chance of having a heart attack or stroke goes up by about 24%. Southline weather from KFI, partly cloudy, highs in the mid to upper 60s. Right now it's 55 in Lake Forest. Huntington Beach is 56, it's 54 in Hollywood, and 52 in Simi Valley. We leave local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennis.
In Buena Park, this is on the 91 eastbound at Beach Boulevard. We have a crash there blocking the off-ramp. Watch for delays as you approach this area. And in Sherman Oaks, we have good news. Earlier crash that was on the 101 northbound before Woodman Avenue has been cleared from lanes. Your drive's up to full speed in that area. Corona, this is on the 91 eastbound at McKinley. We have cleanup crews from an earlier crash. Out of the lanes and on the right shoulder. Watch for slowing in that stretch. KFI and the Sky Hope get you there faster. O'Brien Band.
Hey, it's Team Sharp. If you're planning on going solar or even thinking about going solar, then listen up. Time is running out to secure the best possible solar reimbursement with the state of California. Last year, the state and your utility company got together and changed the way new solar systems get reimbursed for the power they produce. And as you can guess, it's not as good for you and me. In fact, it's about 75% less than the old system. The good news is there is a grandfathering period, and you can still permanently lock in those amazing rates. But time is running out. The deadline to have your solar ducts documents filed is April 14th. So how do you do that? You start by calling Sunlux, and you call them today. Sunlux will walk you through how to lock in the current rate. Even if you're not ready to install the system, it's okay. Call Sunlux and get your documents filed. There is no time to waste to lock in the best returns on solar power that you will ever see. Start today at sunlux.com. Sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
I'm attorney Darren Capanoki, founder of 1-800-NO-COPS, reminding you to exercise your right to just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-COPS, because no one looks good in handcuffs unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-COPS.
Everybody needs a hero.
You lost your cat up the street?
Yeah, he's way up there and scared to come down.
Hang on, I'll get him for you.
Be careful, mister.
Thanks, kid. Here you go.
Where did you come from? And where's your mat and tape?
What? Oh, no, your mom and dad called us to clean out your shower drain.
What?
They were up a tree.
You're hairy as fuck.
Really?
Your drain was really clogged, backing up, and we had to stop that nasty stuff from invading your bathroom.
So you're a hero?
Try to be every day. We're rooter heroes.
Wow.
We make sure you live in a safe, clean house. So long.
Thanks for rescuing George.
It's what a hero does.
If you have a clogged drain, call Rooter Hero Plumbing and Air. Go online at rooterheroes.com.
I've been a small business person my entire adult life, and over the years, several HR issues I got nailed. I could never afford an HR person. But there's an answer, Bambi.com. And with Bambi, you get an HR person starting at just $99 per month. And I thought this was too good to be true. This is real. Bambi helps you deal with your HR problems, like writing HR policies, sexual harassment training, hostile work environment, terminations. That was my problem. People complaining about other employees, all putting you and your business at risk. With Bambi, you get access to your own dedicated HR manager available by phone, email, real-time chat. Go to Bambi.com, type in KFI under the radio drop-down when you sign up. Bambi.com, that's KFI under the radio drop-down. I want the credit, please. Spelled BAM, B-E-E, that's BAM, B-E-E, that's Bambi.com.
KFI AM 640. KFI AM 640.
This is Jacob Amani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
KFI AM 640.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my gear around. Every now and then I get a little around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified and then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then I focus on. Now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do to the depths of the heart.
To talk to Connie Willis, call the wildcard line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk to Connie from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll free, call 8255. This is Coast to Coast AM with your guest host, Connie Willis.
Code.
And that's Lane singing that song. I'm sorry, Bonnie Tyler singing that song for you on Coast to Coast Day. She did a great job, didn't she? Oh man, she is a hoot. She is Spitfire. She is wonderful, and we've got more to come with her. In fact, we'll take your calls as well, so you can say hello too. Stay with us here on Coast to Coast AM.
I know you're going to want some after hearing this. This is an amazing story. We've got Stephen and Malachi Gregory in Nelson, New Zealand. I understand that Malachi, who's 8, almost 9 years old now, was suffering with not just 1 or 2 warts, but I mean a significant outbreak of warts all over his body. So significant it impacted his ability to really function.
Yeah, he was having trouble even holding a pencil to write. That was Ty's book actually that got me thinking about it.
I'm surprised. It is an amazing immunomodulator, and so I can see that it would work. And so at what point did you see that there was actually improvement and really going to work?
Well, look, we really started
Look how sick,
around 12 weeks.
sick he is. And look at the forward, kid. Look at this forward.
Getting smaller and smaller, and then going down to where they're just little red marks. The whole things are gone. And we're talking about one the size of a walnut. I thought, no way that's gonna. Wow, that's just been miraculous. See him get into a pair of shoes.
Yes. How wonderful.
It's great to see him so happy and confident.
Absolutely wonderful.
Our friends that have seen it, they're just blown away.
Hi, this is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome.
Another amazing story. Why? We're talking about Carnivora. Call them to awaken your immune system and protect yourself now. Call 1-866-836-8735. That's 1-866-836-8735. Or visit carnivora.com. Carnivora. Carnivora.com. For a limited time, it's back. The 1-ounce solid silver Ghana alien coin, part of the silver starter kit, exclusively at bullionmax.com/coast. With inflation on the rise and the teetering stock market, now's the time to diversify into precious metals that you can store at your home. Go to bullionmax.com/coast and they'll ship your silver directly to your home, fully insured. They'll start building your wealth in precious metals at bullionmax.com/coast. That's bullionmax.com/coast.
Coast to Coast AM, Connie Willis here. Catch me at ConnieWillis.com. Join my shows, Blue Rock Talk, Connie After Dark, and the podcast, Connie Willis, the podcast. And, just join the newsletter, and you'll get all that information.
Some of the sickest footwork I've ever seen, huh?
That's it. Keep it easy, ConnieWillis.com. Now, our guest tonight, you can catch her at ElaineLaLane.com. Go to JackLaLane.com. She's right. There's a ton of things there. LaLane is spelled with LaLanne. Go to that site, especially go to hers and see all those pictures I was telling you about too, because you see, and you'll see her and Jack, or you can even go to our website because you're going to see a lot of pictures there too. But check out their latest book and the other books. She's got so many of them. And Elaine, on my show, Blue Rock Talk, if you join it, it's a paid membership. You're called a Blue Rocker. And one of my Blue Rockers, you're on a special little live group chat, and they're in there chatting, and they're saying you're a Spitfire, you're a hoot, and all that. And I know you've heard that, over and over again. But one of them said that you had a German Shepherd on the show, that Jack had a Shepherd.
Yeah, his name is Kathy. We had lots of Kathy. We had Kathy, and then we had Shuffle, and we had Smiley, and we all loved to exercise regularly, Walter. That
my
contest we had, and the winner was Walter.
He really was positive. What did he think of all the nasty bullying all the time in social media or any of that?
Well, we didn't have social media. Jack doesn't. I don't think he knew it.
He didn't get any. Okay.
But
just bullying in general, though. He knew about that.
What's that?
Oh, he knew about bullying in general.
Jack, he never discussed bullies. I mean, he would, he said, be you. Don't let anybody else bothers me. Don't really don't pay attention to them. If you don't pay any attention to them, then they will go away. That's
exactly right. Ignore them, they go away.
Well, bully, the trouble is, bullies want you to respond, and you know what? If you respond, then you're in trouble. So don't pay any attention to them. Be bigger than they are. You know, talk about Jack's attitude and positive thinking and everything else. Lou Ferrigno is the one who writes the foreword to this book, and he says that Jack's legacy will live on forever because of his vitality, positive attitude, and wonderful sense of humor. And he did have a wonderful sense of humor. And
look at all that earwax, kid.
when he was talking to Larry King, because Larry,
A little study of earwax in the future, dog. We'll give him a better look at it.
then on Howard Stern, we were on Howard Stern, and Howard Stern goes way up and down. He says, This is how often I said nearly every day. And Jack goes, nearly on Monday, nearly on Tuesday. I mean, he just had a, I mean, if you had something, he always had a quip. I mean, he always had a quip. Very funny. Yeah.
He was ready to go. It's interesting because our call screener, Donna, you've been talking to her. She's you know, hey, I've been watching her since I was a little kid, and she said she had to ask you about the Fountain of Youth because she thinks she had found it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's laughing through life. I laugh at myself a lot. Yeah. I think I'm, you know, when I'm we're just working around and I'll be something and all this.
It
is good to eat, but my lord,
this Rabbi is so
my
cool.
lord, smelling days when you're not supposed to eat it. The thing is, disgusting. Like if it's not on a sandwich, like dude, what are you doing?
I like pudding sometimes.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
I've seen people eat blocks of butter.
It's not a good thing. No,
it's not. But it's like, what's worse? You get a fucking shit ton of
Well, it's been nice.
Yeah.
Always think that things are going to
Are
be
you
better.
done?
I mean, even
At this point, you should are you done? What are you doing?
We've gone through a lot of stuff. You know, I lost my daughter when she was 21 and she had an automobile accident, and you cannot change things. You can't go back and do it over again. It's like a golf game, but you can't. I was a golfer. And
I love golf. Good for you. Let's play.
Nice cleave.
You know?
You got a virtual call and flip around there. Cleave Chinese it's whatever you want.
Do the best you can, and then just keep good thoughts, because good thoughts make go forward. Backwards.
And it's not like you can't ever go back to that same golf course. Go back to the same golf course. Just, you know, make up that shot. Just make it up. You know, some people feel they can't go back and
There's always another culture.
That's true too. What about you know, I know another thing that they could do. They could have like maybe a lucky hat or something.
I have a lucky hat.
I know you do.
I have a lucky hat that I wore every swim of Jack. You know, when he swims in Alcatraz, the mainland handcuffs. The first time. And I kept that hat, and then on their 60th birthday, he can be nuts. And so he did. And his feet were jacked, and his hands were jacked. It was like a, you know, what? Or golfer or all, you know. But I mean, and every one of those things, I said, if you could, and then when he got older, I said, if you do one more thing, if you do one more thing like that, I live a divorce you. He said, promise?
Oh. You had to to worry about him though on a lot of those stunts.
She
I don't
brought
know
his
if you call them stunts, but I wear
I'm
my
slinging
lucky
dick
hat.
behind this fucking Planet Fitness at Stater
It
Brothers.
wasn't that cowboy hat,
Oh,
was it?
dog. I just fucking come in this bitch right next to the fucking dumpster. There's a grandma's cookies in the parking lot. Right?
I mean, go like that cowboy hat. I was a country western disc jockey too.
I love it. You know who I met that I loved in country music, and I'm curious if you ever got to meet him. Did you ever get to meet Johnny Cash?
No. But you know, when we took over that radio station, Elvis Presley was, coming along, and he was on Sun Records, and I used to play his records on the radio. But no, I never did get a chance to meet Johnny. I met a lot of celebrities, but I didn't meet him.
Yeah.
But
he would fit right in.
I love country western music. I really do.
Good stuff. I mean, it's the real deal. You know, it's life.
Yeah, it's human.
Yeah. You have a co-author on this book, right?
Yeah, his name is Greg Justice, and he's been in the business for over 30 years, and he really. We were inducted into the Fitness Hall of Fame at the same time, and that's when we met. And he remembers Jack saying pride and discipline and how important pride and discipline was. And he said, you should write a book on pride and discipline. And I don't know. It's all about his writing. I mean, it's not a biography. It's not but it's through the book I've written about stories about us. And that's the gal that was editing Crystal Bass. She was worked with him, and she said to me, I don't quite understand this. Could you give a little story behind this? So I have the little stories behind a lot of his writing, and I've got a lot of celebrities in the book, and I've got fans in the book. Yeah, that's and people. We've got. I've got. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He talks about knowing Jack and working out, and Denise Austin and Bush Keithworth, and then Tony. Tony Little and Mark Wahlberg. There's no people that and people that knew him that came to the house. They told stories about how they took his house and the clanging of the weights. They cured him, splashing in the pool. And I mean, there's a lot of little stories, and we try to keep it easy to read. I wanted it to flow, and a lot of people have told me. My cousin even said, "I found stuff out about you that I didn't even know about." And but I try to make it flow and with his writing, and his writing is so motivating, and in fact, as I was writing the book, I got motivated and inspired all the time because of the writing, because he speaks to heart. His heart seems to come flowing out of it on his writing.
And good for you to have had that man. As I when training for one of his swims, he talks about he writes down at the restaurant the night that night he practiced, and he says, I'm numb, I got numb, and I did this, and I all these little writings are in there, and
see if we can see him falling.
Training for the office action, because it is cold, and I used to on him before he left the San Francisco train. I used to go down and get a 50-pound bag of ice. I've got that picture of it in the book, and then I pour the ice over him, and he'd sit in the bathtub.
Shit in the bathtub?
In the bathtub for an hour.
For an hour? That's a long shit, girl. In a bathtub?
I have pictures of that in the book.
And the book is Pride and Discipline, The Legacy of Jack LaLanne finding this one
like Rico, and there's talks about his shows and the but there's so many inspirational roots, and the paragraphs aren't really long. You know.
Oh, good.
Go on and on and on and on.
She's
It's
currently
very
in
short
Buffalo.
paragraphs, but you get the picture and you get the inspiration. So I don't like to read long stuff.
I understand.
I'm not gonna make my people read a lot of stuff.
Get it. Well, hey, what's great now is putting it on the
Yeah,
iPad because then you can get your walk in, your exercise treadmill, whatever, and listen.
Nightingale Conan, they stopped this fellow that did a great job, and his wife is doing the audio on it, and Audible is doing it, and if they could get it on Amazon, you can get all of us, the books on Amazon, the Size and Discipline, and the one what he does was really a great book there. Revitalize Your Life, and that's on Audible too, and it's really it's a book that Jack told me that I helped him write it, and it's very short. It's very, very short. Again, it's the chapters, and so it's easy to read. I don't like to read those long, boring stuff.
I'm with you. I am absolutely, totally with you. So here's a question for you that's outside of the box. Well, I don't know if it is, but you look at all these pictures of both of you, and just incredible, so much fun. I mean, what an incredible life. Not over yet, but I just got to ask because there's a lot of superheroes out there, and I had a favorite, and my favorite, and I don't know if everybody puts this one within the superheroes, but I love Tarzan. I just love Tarzan. I just thought he was cool. He's in the jungle. He talked to the animals. He had a little loincloth, and he just looked great. And one of the shots, Tarzan, and one of the shots, or golly, many of the shots of Jack, he just, come on, gorgeous. And he could be that Tarzan as well. Was he ever asked to be a Tarzan?
No, he was never asked to be a Tarzan.
He should have been.
They made such fun of Jack when he was coming up, he was eating all his, and nutrition and whatnot. And in the 50s, people made fun of him. And then when he was on, he did a lot of the big network shows. And there was always a comedian that was always telling or saying something, but Jack always came back with a funny.
Yeah.
But he's
$50 cash to participate.
He wasn't doing that other
$300 cash prize. You or two people. What is the other person going to do while I eat the pizza? Maybe watch you. Oh, okay. So you get one person to watch. I could easily do that.
He said, destroy the bed with a rattlesnake. And that's the way that's how he felt.
One topping them.
Very calm about it.
Well, let me ask you this, going outside and going into today's world with health and fitness, and I wanted to ask you more about the aging and anti-aging and the mind and all that, but but men now are doing this too, and all the athletes and everybody's doing great and wonderful, and what are you thinking of the hormone replacement therapies?
I don't even take it. I don't even take it. Hardly. I mean, I can't give my opinion on therapy. I really don't, because I don't know. I've never taken it. I don't know what, I don't know the side effects. I'm always afraid of side effects of anything. And so I don't take anything because I'm afraid of the side effects. They sound worse than the whatever you're taking it for,
Yeah, this one's different. I look forward to, if you ever do look into it, I want to know for sure what you think. I got another question for you too, real quick. And I know we'll have to keep the phone calls right after the break, but one of the people at HSN, I don't know if you all knew him or not. I'm thinking you would have, because I know you know a lot. I see pictures of Phyllis Diller, and it goes on and on and on.
Told you
what about Richard Simmons?
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Very, very. Love him. Very. I mean, we were
love him. Yeah.
And he loved Richard, and Richard really was the sweetest man.
Yes.
Well, he is. I mean, I haven't heard from Richard for a long time, but Richard was I was very close to Richard, and he really cared about the real heavy people, and he really called him up, and he was concerned about all of these ones that were trying to lose weight like he did.
Yeah. And you know what? When I had met him, it was, of course, at HSN, he was selling dolls. And one time, somebody had grabbed my shoulder and gave it a little rub in the middle of the hallway there, and it felt like an angel. And I turned around, and it was Richard, and he just looked at me. He was a sweetheart. Yeah, so stay with us. We got to take a break to stay there. We'll take the phone calls. Maybe if we get a chance here. We've got more to come. Stay with us, Elaine Lelaine, and Coast to Coast AM.
Recent everybody in this picture have an Oscar on short and shot answer. Yeah.
I'm Bree Tennant in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. It's a wrap on Hollywood's biggest night. Everything, everywhere, all at once. The big winner of the 95th Academy Awards. Films are called Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. President Biden expected to land in San Diego today.
What's up, pimps?
With prime ministers from Australia and the UK. The White House says the meetings will center around military defense among the three countries. A Long Beach lifeguard rescued a dog swimming in the ocean. The dog was off leash, ran for the beach and into the ocean and just kept on going. Lifeguard caught him at the swim line. The dog is described as a little white lap dog, now in animal control care, and the owner has not been located. And look alive, the Monday following the time change increases your chance of having a fatal car crash by 8%.
That's crazy. That's high.
Right now it's 56 in Cypress. Costa Mesa has 57. It's 54 for Malibu and 52 in Highland.
Wow.
We leave local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennant.
In South LA, there's good news. Earlier crash that was on the 105 westbound at Vermont Avenue has been cleared from lanes. Your drive is recovering in that area. Riverside, this is on the 91 westbound at Madison. We have a crash involving an overturned car. That's taking up the right lane there. CHP is on the way. Watch the slowing at the road. Buena Park, there's good news. Earlier crash on the 91 eastbound before Beach Boulevard has been cleared from lanes. Your drive's up to full speed in that area. AFI and the Sky helps get you there faster on Brian Van. Starting May 7th, 2025, you'll need a federally accepted form of identification, like a real ID, to fly within the United States and visit friends and extended family members on military bases. So why wait to give yourself these real benefits? Get your real ID by starting the application online, uploading the correct documents, and make your appointment at the DMV to finish the process. By applying for a real ID now, it's one less thing to worry about later. Visit realid.dmv.ca.gov today.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know. Check engine light on? We'll check it for free.
The podcast Let's Start a Coup wonders what if the secret cabal of the nation's most powerful people tried to overthrow the president? Explore how it almost happened to FDR in the 1930s in this darkly comedic retelling of one of American history's weirdest scenes.
And for you, Major General Smedley Butler, nothing will ever do the same. Why? Is it something bad?
Listen to Let's Start a Coup on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A license free. New customers get a free Apipure antibacterial filter. That's worth $825. This ends March 31st. Call 800-803-2696. Visit likesourcewater.com. Likesource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating.
Talk. Fine. AM 640. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. KFI live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
That's a day. Sign up today at coasttocoastam.com.
On that dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. One smell of police tag rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. I hit the heavy and my touch again. I had to stop for the night. As she stood in the doorway, I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven, and this could be hell. And she lit up the candle, and she showed me the way. There was marching down the corridor, and stay. Welcome to the Hotel California. Still love the place, still love the place, still love the place. Room left in Hotel California. Any time of year, any time of year, you can find it here.
Kind of being up my ear. That's not gonna find me. That's so hardly think it was so funny. But then Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys. She calls friends. How she went in the courtyard. Sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember. Some dance to forget. No matter what they have done. Please bring me my wine. She said, I will never hear again. 1969. And still don't want you to call from far.
Connie Willis. Call the wild card line at 818-501-4109. To talk to Connie from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll free, call 800-618-8255. This is Coast to Coast AM with your guest host, Connie Willis.
Coast to Coast AM, Connie Willis here, Hotel California. One of the songs when you're in radio, you love the place so you can actually go to the bathroom. Yeah, there's just a handful of songs like that. That's one of them. In fact, speaking of radio, go to our website and learn more about us and what you want to know, what you want to learn about, what we've got for you. In fact, right now, the highlights, of course, you got the Elaine who we're talking to now, and fitness and celebrityism, and, you know, hey, they're down to earth people. That's what they are. Just everybody wants to know them and does know them, and did know Jack as well. You know, man, it's just so hard to believe that they're just not together, but they still are. Really, I mean, honestly, come on, we're coast to coast. We all know this, right? Also, if you go to our website, you got In Coast You Missed It. You've got there's a video of rain of worms in China. You just got to see it for yourself. Also, UFO filmed departing from volcano in Mexico. What do you think? Take a look at that. We always have something cool like that. Also, an eerie figure that's filmed in the tunnels beneath the notoriously haunted castles in Wales. And you can also find out where George Norrie is going to be coming up, like I said, in Arizona, also in Oregon.
Is it?
And
Oh,
then we've
okay,
got
here.
the In the News, the sci-fi author details of how he saw an enormous silver V-shaped UFO at 14. And Nickelback might be the reason why we have life on Earth anyway. Just, hey, go to the website. There's so much more. And we're taking your calls next year.
If you want to improve your shooting, you need a Mantis X. The Mantis X can improve your shooting dramatically, and it's a must-have for every responsible gun owner. The Mantis X is a high-tech but easy-to-use system used extensively by the military that improves your shooting quickly and gives you confidence in your ability to protect what you love. Here's how it works. You attach the Mantis X to your firearm and connect it with an app on your smartphone or tablet via Bluetooth. It gives instant feedback on what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and how to correct your technique. The Mantis X is like a firearms instructor in your pocket, and 94% of the shooters improve within 20 minutes using Mantis X. The best part is you can use it at home. The best shooters in the world do dry fire practice at home, and the Mantis X is the best way to train at home. No driving to the range, spending money on range fees and ammo. You'll save a ton of money and improve your shooting. Start improving today. Get yours at mantisx.com. That's Mantis, MANTIS, X.com.
Attention men, here's a great way to have more fun in bed and save money. If you want to take something like Viagra, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Yes, $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. These pills work for men to improve their performance and confidence. You will love them. And now, for the price of 2 or 3 pills, you can get 50 or more for around $100. You'll save hundreds of dollars off retail prices. That's enough to buy your date a nice dinner. Don't pay expensive prices for Viagra. Call now, order 50 or more of our blue pills, and pay as little as $2 a pill, and save hundreds of dollars. Call anytime for confidential shipping.
Call Steelman Pills now at 800-NEW-BLUE. 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 That's 800-NEW-BLUE.
At ElaineLalane.com, or you can also find all the information to it, JackLalane.com, and that is LALANNE.com. When you go looking, you'll see all the information, you'll see all of her books, and of course the latest, Elaine Lalane. Let's see what it's the latest. I'm sorry, I'm looking at all of the. You've got 50 bazillion books, woman. I'm telling you, I got to scroll down.
Well, I'm always on Facebook too and Instagram. But my birthday next a week from today,
19th, right?
97. I'll be 97.
Yay!
So, we're gonna have a little. I think Greg Justice, my co-author, is having a little sale on the legacy of Jack Lane in his own words, and those he's inspired. But Lou Ferrigno is does the foreword, and it's on Audible. And Revitalize Your Life is another book that's really good. That also too, and just came out on Audible that I'm so excited about. It's my birthday present.
Yeah, and I want to say happy birthday to you now, even though I might just slip a little text to you on that day. but still, one of the things I said to you, I said, can you talk about aging? And you said, definitely physically, but you said I wanted to talk about it with the mind. Now we have a ton of phone calls, but I wanted to ask you about, what you wanted to say about aging mentally and physically. Yeah, but mentally, man, that's important.
Well, a lot of people, they used to think when you're over 40, you're over the hill. Then it's got to be over the hill. Never worry about age. I don't worry about. Look, I'm 97. I'm still working along. I mean, I'm not as fast or anything like that, but I'm working, and don't worry about each stage. Each stage is a wonderful stage. Life began at 60. My first book, I was on Today's Show, and I was on a whole bunch of shows with my first book, which came out in when I was 60 years old. So, I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful life. Yeah. And I want to take time for people who want to ask me questions too. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, well, I wanted to ask you about. There was Old Age by Jack.
It was Old Age by Jack.
It was written, Old Age by Jack. Jack wrote this. Do you know what I'm talking about? I got it in front of me. I can read a little of it here.
Well, where did you get that? I mean,
Hey, we knew each other. Hey,
I've never heard of. There's a couple of books out there that have been written off the internet, and they've written books about Jack, and they've taken all the information and never even called me, but I've never heard of a book called Old Age by Jack.
Oh, no, not a book, just something he wrote. So hear it out here. So it says old age. People don't feel old unless they are told they're old. That's mandatory retirement is a killer. Yeah, you may finish it, or do you know it?
No, you just keep clear. I can't remember.
Okay. So people don't feel old unless they are told they're old. That's why mandatory retirement is a killer. God didn't set any age at which we have to slow down. Don't do it. Many of my friends began a career which they started in their so-called senior years. Don't be bored or boring. Find a hobby. Maybe it's gardening, golfing, artwork, swimming. I think that's swimming. Is that swimming? Maybe horseback riding. I don't know what swimming is. Maybe it's something new. Horseback riding, folk or ballroom dancing. Go to school, open your own business, get off your booty. I don't like the B-U-T-T word. I don't know why. I just don't like that word. But anyway, he says, do something. The human body is a miracle of human resiliency. No matter what your age or physical condition, you can always improve. Muscles get weak with inactivity, so strengthen them with exercise and proper nutrition. And since flexibility depends upon the condition of your ligaments and tendons, help them maintain flexibility by stretching. People don't die of old age, they die of neglect. Delay the aging process by beginning with an exercise program. Start slowly. Ask yourself when you are tempted to eat foods that are not good for you, what is this going to do for me? You may not have $1 million in your bank account, but you can have $1 million in your health account. Jack.
Oh, she was a little mermaid?
Yeah, well, I remember that. I mean,
sorry, I said it wrong.
But it was swimming. I'm sure it was somebody.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well, let's get some calls in here. And by the way, thank you for talking about Richard Simmons, because he was the sweetest man. I mean, he was amazing.
He is caring man. You know, he was really fun. I got so much about Richard, and we got video with him, and it's surprised him several times, and it is on his show, and
did that with everybody. And he was on HSN selling the dolls. He loved dolls.
Yeah.
Doll collection.
Okay.
Wow. Let's do it. Wild card line number 2. Let's talk to Dr. John. Is it Westerdale of Simi Valley, California? Hey there, Dr. John.
Hello, Elaine. This is John Westerdale. I just want to congratulate you again this year on receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award from the American College of Lifestyle Medicine for you and Jack.
I really
exercise, fitness, and health in America, and that's a really big deal because these doctors are probably the most important medical society in America because these doctors focus on treating with healthy lifestyle instead of a lot of drugs and medical procedures. And I really think you and Jack, your career has been promoting lifestyle medicine. It's probably saved the lives of millions in America.
Well, John, you're so right, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate that award from the ACLM, American College of Lifestyle Medicine. All these doctors have gone into a lifestyle, and not only just doing one thing or another. They have a whole lifestyle that they promote. It's wonderful.
And I really appreciate it. I'm a nutritionist and a dietitian, and I have a doctorate in that field. And Jack he tied exercise and nutrition together. achieving optimal health. And I think that's so important.
Well, God bless you, John. And you are an example of it.
Ahead of his time for sure. Thank you so much. First time caller Daniel, Red Bluff, California. You are on the air with today.
Real quick, Jack Lane story. In 1965, I was 4 years old, and some guy came on a TV and said, Danny, Billy, Susie, go get Mom up and Dad up, time to exercise. And I was so scared because I thought he could see me. I'll never forget that. It took a week for my mother to tell me that he couldn't see me, dog. He was a good man, too. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Did he just pick out names each week or something, or what?
What's that?
When he called out people's names, did he just pick out names each show, or?
Yes, he would pick out names. He would pick out names, or sometimes he used, they would write in and he would use them on the air. He did both. He picked out whatever name came to him, or there's a lot of times when people would write in about the show and then he'd use those names too.
Oh, I love that. That's cool. He's like, I thought that was for me. Let's see if we can get one more at least in here. It's just time flies, I'm telling you. Wildcard line number 3, let's talk to Neil out of Pittsburgh, California. I think Neil's one of our Blue Rockers.
Oh, Connie, thank you for taking my call. Oh, my God. Hi, Neil. Oh, my gosh. Elaine, oh, my God, it's so good to hear you. Back in 1960, me and my mom used to watch you, Romper Room, and Captain Kangaroo.
Moving down the pound.
Yeah,
Turn into the
Romper
oldies.
Room was on before that. And they would put these,
Sweating to the
and
oldies.
then
DVD.
he would say, go get your mommy and daddy and tell them to come to the television.
Richard Simmons show.
And a lot of
Hey, Richard Simmons
oh
show.
my gosh.
Simmons
It
or
is so good
Simmons?
to hear you. My mom is 95.
All right, are you done?
And,
Yes,
oh my God. She kept me. She to this day is still talks about it. Jack. Oh my gosh. Well, you give her my love, will you? And tell her to keep it on.
Love it, love it. Thanks, Neil. There's other people on the line, but just for reasons of the show coming to the end, getting closer and closer to it. What are you doing now? What's next? I mean, I see you talking about your book, Rachel Ray. You're all this show, and Rachel's cool, man. Tell her hey if you talk to her again. But what are you doing now? Do you have any other plans other than just like right now talking about the book?
Well, I'm promoting the book, and I've got a lot of, I've been doing a lot of podcasts and a lot of interviews, and but there is a project that Jack and I started that in 2004, and it's his autobiography. No, it's his biography actually, but it's not a biography because it's short little things it tells about how he grew up near Bakersfield, and how he slept behind this pot stove and taking baths in the galvanized tubs, and what it was like, a horse and buggy, going to church with a horse and buggy, and putting potatoes in there to keep warm. His mother would bake the potatoes and put them in there to be warm. And so there's a lot of stuff on the ranch and really funny stuff but I don't know if I don't know if I'll get it done. I've got 17 chapters, and Jack and I wrote 17 chapters, and we just let it go, and I like to come along and finish it,
He got himself a show.
Hey, you troll. Hey, that's just like your fucking opinion. I can't believe one person gets to make that fucking decision.
To 1970, and I haven't got much after that, but I've got some funny stories I've got a lot of funny stories in there.
Love it.
One story, I don't know if you have time to...
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the stories is...
Yoshi.
Jack he won the boat. We started water skiing. Okay, so now he's all enthusiastic. He goes and buys a boat, two twin-engine boat, and then the engines are in the back, and he buys a thing to put
Yo, you could go there. Like a G. Like a G6, yo. Yo, shit. Got your heavy shirt? Hey, kid. Got your heavy shirt? Your thing's over there, dog.
Cadillac in, ruins the brand new engines in the
Yo. Are you done?
Funny stories to tell you about.
Look at this move. Yo.
I hope finish it.
Oh, I love it. So, okay, we got about a minute. Tell me, if you can, like your favorite time with you and Jack together.
Like when we fucked? That's kind of a personal question. Well, it was nothing like when the rabbi and I would go at each other behind the Stater Brothers after working out at the Planet Fitness. Really? This guy used to give me such a good dicking. Oh my God. He dicked me down. It was like the ultimate dick down. Rabbi just gave me the ultimate dick down. This motherfucker could dick me down. Downtown. Dicking this bitch down. I dick this motherfucking bitch down. Jack LaLanne's widow.
It's on Amazon, it's on Audible, and
Elaine?
get it and read it because I think you'll.
My man Mike had fucked Elaine. It was crazy.
He invented a lot of equipment that you don't even know. The first protein drink. I said breakfast was ours. I never even went into the nutrition bars and stuff like that he invented. The leg extension machine, the squat machine, which is all the Smith machine. That's all in the book. It tells you about all these things that he invented in the 30s. So
in the juicer, you all were first with the juicer, right?
Pardon me?
You were first with the juicer.
Yeah, well, with the big juice, not with the juice juicer, because there were juicers, but we were the first one that came out with the big hole to put a whole apple in, and you could put a whole, all the stuff in the. Most of the juicers had a very small opening, and this juicer it had a big opening, and that was it. And we did anything but a high-end juicer, and I filled up with a high.
You took care of everybody. Gotta run. Thank you so much, Elaine. Stay in touch, please.
All right. Thank you, and God bless you all. A big kiss and a big hug, y'all.
Oh, thank you so much. Love you so much. She's all by herself too. He's got a star on Hollywood. She needs one. I'm there to petition it. Stay with us. More to come here on Coast to Coast AM.
One of America's most popular news channels is Newsmax. You watch Newsmax for news, and you'll get perspective you won't hear from other networks. Try Newsmax and discover why the left is Try Newsmax and discover why Newsmax says the left is trying to silence their voice. Newsmax says it's for good reason, because it's becoming one of the most popular channels in America. Tune in every night for great events such as Rob, Schmidt, Eric Holland, Greg Kelly, and much more. And Newsmax says no surprise, Newsmax is already the fourth highest rated cable news channel in growing fast. You can get Newsmax on most cable systems. Check the channel. If they don't carry Newsmax, switch to one that does. And remember, Newsmax is also free on streaming. Go to Samsung Plus, Roku, Zumo, Pluto, visit it. And you can download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone and start watching now. Millions
remember when you did that thing?
To Newsmax. Newsmax is real news for real people. Spring travel season is almost here, and whether you're planning to jet off to Japan or cruise around Greece, don't forget to add language learning to your itinerary. The Rosetta Stone app will transform the way you travel. Learn useful words and phrases that will not only help you get around more easily, but also have more meaningful experiences with the new people and places you'll discover. Through March 22nd, get 40% off a lifetime subscription to all 25 of Rosetta Stone's languages. Purchase today at rosettastone.com. On Ice-T's Daily Game podcast, the cultural icon unveils words of wisdom and motivational quotes he's collected over the years. No punches are pulled, as Ice shares his special total honesty
you just you need to know.
Los Angeles, Orange County, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Biden in SoCal. I'm Bree Tennyson in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. President Biden expected a touchdown in San Diego today. The planned meeting with prime ministers
After I got into those things, all my fucking shit became so right.
The three countries, and he's off to Monterey Park come Tuesday to discuss his efforts to reduce gun violence.
Oh my god.
The gunman who was barricaded in the house of Belinda is now dead after committing suicide yesterday. The standoff lasted over 40 hours. It began on Friday afternoon in the San Gabriel Valley. LA County Sheriff Robert Luna says the man had a criminal past. No deputies injured, but a minor and a woman were hurt. At least 8 people are dead, potentially a dozen missing after a pair of Tonga boats capsized off the San Diego coast late Saturday night.
We got a 911 call from a Spanish speaker. That person reported that there were approximately 15 people and 8 people on 2 vessels that had overturned.
That was Lifeguard Division Chief James Gartland. Police suspect this was human trafficking. A boy swept away in the Santa Ana River has been rescued by a bystander. Orange County Fire Authority says the boy got just too close to the water's edge and fell in. His father went in after him, was unable to reach his son. A bystander spotted the child, jumped in, pulled him out. Swiftwater Rescue was able to rescue the boy's father. Everyone is okay. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was the big winner at the 95th Academy Awards. Trey Thomas has more.
The film took home Best Picture during this year's ceremony. Michelle Yeoh won Best Actress for her role in the film.
This is proof that dreams dream big and dreams do come true. And ladies, don't let anybody tell you you are ever past your pride.
We're holding steady at the pump. AAA says the average price of a gallon of gas in LA County is $4.95. Southbound weather from KFI. Partly cloudy skies today. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. Right now it's 55 in Laguna Beach. Overton at 56. It's 51 in Sega Canyon and 54 in Pasadena. We leave local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennis.
In Riverside, this is on the 91 westbound at the Madison. We have a crash involving an overturned car taking up the right lane there. You drive the stop and go from Arlington. Chino, this is on the 60 eastbound at Reservoir. Little fender bender there. That's out of lanes and on the right shoulder, but watch for some looking delays as you approach this area. And in Long Beach, we have good news. Earlier crash on the 405 northbound right before the 710 has been cleared from lanes. KFI, this guy will get you there faster up right advance. I've been a small business person my entire adult life, and over the years, several HR issues I got nailed. I could never afford an HR person. But there's an answer, Bambi.com. And with Bambi, you get an HR person starting at just $99 per month. And I thought this was too good to be true. This is real. Bambi helps you deal with your HR problems, like writing HR policies, sexual harassment training, hostile work environment, terminations. That was my problem. People complaining about other employees, all putting you and your business at risk. With Bambi, you get access to your own dedicated HR manager available by phone, email, real-time chat. Go to Bambi.com, type in KFI under the radio drop-down when you sign up.
This motherfucker's sleeping on the street. Like, dude, I swear to God, the gaming community is just every fucking kid that should have been bullied. They're all fucking douche losers. And I'm gonna fucking beat their asses at all their games plus Madden. Fuck you, bitch. Because I'm sick of all the games. Really? You should see me at 6, kids. Yosh. Yoshi. Yosh. 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 Yoshi. Yo. Yoshi. 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 Yo. Yoshi.
For everybody, hey, it's Dean Sharp. If you're planning on going solar or even thinking about going solar,
don't even think about it.
Time is running out.
Yoshi.
Secure the best possible solar reimbursement with the state
what
of
in the
California.
fuck?
Last year, the state and your
Are you fucking me?
got together and changed the way new solar
solar systems get reimbursed for the power they produce. And as you can guess, it's not as good for you and me. In fact, it's about 75% less than the old system.
God damn it,
Yosh. There is a grandfathering period, and you can still permanently lock in those amazing rates. But time is running out. The deadline to have the solar documents filed is April 14th.
Oh my
So how do you
God.
do that? You start by calling Sunlux, and you call them today. Sunlux will walk you through how to lock in the current rate. Even if you're not ready to install the system, it's okay.
Yo,
call Sunlux.
look at this mode.
There is no time to
Oh,
waste.
don't you?
Lock in the best returns
All
on
right.
solar power
Hey, dog.
you will ever see.
Are you done? Yo, Huda. What in the fuck?
CSLB 1008374. This is Jacob and Rana. If you've been in a truck accident, call 444-24 Jacob. KFI AM 640.
Yo, dog.
But here the three explorers were being left. Scott was looking through his binoculars to miss what break
You want to dog. I know you like it. But you're never going to do it in the morning. Really? Never.
At the depot, the men hated to be able to tell the measurably, but in reality, they were all sick. Scott's ankles were swollen and painful, and an old knee injury Wilson's was causing considerable pain. Shackleton was the worst and fading fast. He was coughing up blood, and his gums were increasingly swollen and turning black. He was also suffering from shortness of breath, fatigue, and aches. He could barely sleep due to a violent cough. In private, Wilson confessed to Scott that Shackleton might not survive the return journey. In some ways, this galvanized Scott. Going forward, he made a beeline for discovery. However, the state of Shackleton's health grew worse, and got so weak he could no longer handle the sledges. This forced the men to dump all non-essentials from the sledges, including 2 of the 3 sets of skis. Also, the last 2 dogs would die, so Scott and Wilson would have to leave the log. By the way, the men just left the dead dogs, which would have provided some much-needed fresh meat. The next weeks were difficult ones, especially for Shackleton, as he had to rest often. Because in the middle of the sledge hurts and ride. Still, he was grateful and inspired by his companions, saying, Captain Scott and Dr. Wilson would not have done more for me than they did. On January 18th, Shackleton left with chest pains, and his deteriorating health became more important to Scott, resenting him for calling Shackleton. Wilson Scott called Shackleton a lame duck, and Wilson defended Shackleton. He pushed as hard as he could. He had shown great willpower despite his health issues. Wilson even paraded Scott for talking about his men in such a fashion. On January 21st, Shackleton was so bad he decided to give the skis another try, and this may have saved his life. While he was no expert in his perilous situation, forced him to figure it out. Soon he was gliding along the snow and scratches instead of sinking into it.
Our next guest is
Caused
Charles
that had been a
Osman.
serious
And you
mistake
can
not
go
using the skis,
to our
regretted dumping
website
the
and
other
follow
sets.
along with this visually if
On
you'd like
January
to do that.
26th,
Stay
the three
with
would
us
have
and
some
go to our
encouraging
website
signs.
too,
They would run into tracks made by a surveying party, and they caught some whiffs of smoke from Erebus, which was an active volcano. It gave them some fresh hope. 2 days later, they reached another supply depot. For the first time in months, they were not hungry. However, Shackleton was in a terrible state. Years later, he would say that night he would hear Wilson tell Scott that he didn't think Shackleton was going to survive the night. On hearing that, Shackleton said he resolved to keep going and refused to submit to the cold and despair. The next morning, Shackleton was still alive and he would get up and push on. Wilson said he was like a man possessed. Now, despite Shackleton's resolve, he was in awful shape. He was so weak he couldn't even ski or walk at times, and he would have to ride on a sledge, pulled by Wilson and Scott. This was a humiliating thing to
No
the pride
intent
of
for that all
Shackleton.
identity
Being
theft to
reduced to
monitor
being
all
all kinds of
transactions at all businesses.
It was something that
If you
forever
can make
shaped
sure
him,
your
and something
identity
his
theft
critics
protection
believed
starts
would
now.
Look how sick you are, Don.
Save up to 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LIFELOCK or go to lifelock.com and use promo
Tell
code
everybody.
SHIELD. That's
Well, you know, it's about
lifelock.com. Use promo code
seriously.
SHIELD to save 25% off. LifeLock.
They had traveled 93
Mikey.
days on 960 miles or 50
Because
which included relays like his across
he's so athletic. Really is what it's about.
Once back on board Discovery, a great celebration was held. There was a bottle of pudding. Shackleton attended the party, but he was so exhausted he would retire to his cabin even before the first course was done. So Scott and Shackleton and Wilson had set a record for furthest south. It wasn't as far as they wanted, but it was still a record.
Have that
And
future.
they had blazed a promise as a possible way to finally reach the South Pole. Now, the expedition was scheduled for another year in Antarctica. For Shackleton, he imagined taking some time to recover and then being assigned some light duties until he was back on his feet. However, Scott had some different ideas. He established a new guideline, saying that all of his officers should be healthy enough so that they could promote at any moment be called upon to endure hardships and exposure. There was no way Shackleton could pass such a directive. And with this, Scott would order Shackleton to be evacuated on the next supply ship, which was due in the next few weeks. For Shackleton, this was a humiliation. The world was squarely aimed at him.
You are
Now, there is
listening
some
to
controversy
Coast
about
AM
this
Connie
decision.
Willis here, second
Albert
half.
Armitage, the
Hopefully
expedition's
some
second
of
in
you
command,
or all of
writing
you are
20
on
years
track
later,
with the
claimed to have
time, by
challenged Scott
the
on
way.
Shackleton's
I know
dismissal.
some of y'all are feeling
Said
like,
Scott
what's
just wanted to
going
get
on?
rid of Shackleton, who he didn't like.
The only thing
And he said that
always
Scott,
goes back to
while talking
everybody,
to
right?
Wilson
And
and
yes, it should
Shackleton,
be
had said to
consistent
them,
across the board.
"Come here, you
And
bloody
any of those
fools,"
of you that follow my career,
Wilson
you know
asked
that
Scott
we
if he was
attempted to
referring
do
to him,
that from
to which Scott said no.
WWJA out of
And thus Shackleton
Orlando.
replied, quote, "Then
WDBO
it must have been
is the
me,
AM
right?
that
You are the
you
worst
would
bloody
post the
fool of
coast
the
on.
lot, and every time you dare speak to me like that,
We
you will get
worked
it
it
back."
into, I think it ended up turning into
Now,
a
before we
bill.
take that story as gospel, as I
We were
noted
trying to get
earlier,
it year
Armitage
round
and Scott had
for,
fallen out with one another.
everybody.
Thus, many
And
consider Armitage's
we,
writing
I guess the
unreliable.
people that could really
But
make
it
some
falls into the
moves
narrative
said
about
they
Scott's
should do it,
anti-merchant
they
navy
were going to
press.
start out kind of
The idea
legally.
that he was
If
weeding out
that
the
was the better
non-royal
way,
navy
I don't
men
know. You
isn't
know what?
far-fetched.
Take the big
In fact,
jump.
when
You
Shackleton
little
was sent
baby
home,
steps, you know,
Scott
grow up.
volunteers to go with him,
Anyways, I'm
as the
sorry,
relief
that's just
ship
me.
had brought some new
That's
men.
just me.
Scott
Take
figured
the
that the
flying lead,
malcontents and
man.
soft
Become
types
the
would
Jack
leave with the
LaLannes
chance
and
of
the
leaving
Elaine
here early,
LaLannes of the
and
world.
when most of the volunteers turned out to be
The
merchant
first
navy
person to
types,
ever sign
he
it
would feel
was
himself
Tony
vindicated in
Bono.
his
That's
views.
it's always kind of a
However,
neat
I
little
want to
story to
stress that
tell.
Scott's
But
decision
anyway,
about
you guys are
Shackleton
back in
had
action.
real
Your
merit.
body's starting to get
Shackleton's
used to
health
it.
had
You know,
endangered the
hey,
party.
come
He
on.
had been sick,
Get over it.
had
Let's go.
concealed it, and Scott suspected
Get
as
off now.
much.
Take a nap
As the
somewhere.
commander of the expedition, Scott was within his rights to be rid of Shackleton, even if it was more personal than professional.
Okay, so
No matter, this does bring up the
we
rift
should
that
all
had
be
grown
good. We
between
should
the
be
two
in
men.
Anyway,
Scott had never been
I'm
comfortable with
excited
Shackleton, not just
for our
because he
next
was from the
guest,
merchant
and
navy.
I'm also a little like,
Shackleton had been popular
whoa.
with the
So
crew,
hang in there
but
with
some
me on this.
knew
First
Scott
of
would
all,
get a care for
if
him.
you wanted to
His
know
recent
about
nature
Elaine's
wore
book,
on
you can,
people
of
over
course, go
time.
to our website.
Some were
You can,
jealous
of
of
course,
him,
go to her
while others felt he
website.
was shallow
And you
and
can
self-serving.
always go to my
This is
website,
something
too,
you
at
find with Shackleton for his
ConnieWillis.com. I'll
entire
have
life. The
her
views about him
information up
are
there,
really
as well
divergent.
as past
Some people
people's
love him, some despise him.
information. And we'll be
A month
putting
after
all those
returning from
people
the
on a
journey into the
podcast as
continent's
well.
interior,
So
Shackleton was
you'll
mostly
always be
recovered,
able to
but
get
still
more.
very
So
weak.
follow that
One of the
so that
expedition's
you can go,
doctors
I
noted the
want
effects of
more
scurvy were
of
gone,
Elaine,
although there
and
were some
I want to be able to
asthma
talk
issues.
to her. Because so I'll
But
set
that
up some
wouldn't
of
save
those live
Shackleton from his
podcasts so
banishment,
that
which
you can
stung
do
him
that. All
deeply.
right. So I'm just
He had
learning the
expected to come home a
developing of
hero.
it and all the
Instead, he was
technical
leaving his
parts of it.
comrades
So
in Antarctica,
anything you'd like to
wishing
do with
not yet
me,
complete.
join the shows and just
On March
enjoy it.
1st, the crew of
If you have a
Discovery,
good time,
which by the way was still
please go
trapped
to
in the ice,
willis.com. Now, a lot of times when we take callers, there's some callers that, you know, that I guess me as a broadcaster, I listen to, I'm like, man, this person's pretty cool. And you guys know that live on the air, I'll say, all right, leave your information with Donna, call screen, leave information, right? And then she'll get it back to me. And that's when I'm like, I think you should be on, you should have your own show with me sometime. So this is one of the guys that's on next that I did that with, and you know, lo and behold, he's been on with, you know, a ton of bazillion times. He's been all over the place, and it's great to know that he's listening to the show and loves to listen to the show, and we'll call in. That's always a neat thing
If
that
Scott
it's
had brought an
mutual,
ice master
that
on the
mutual.
expedition, he might have
Now,
avoided this
one of the
situation.
things I like is
Instead,
he's
the ship
highly
was stuck,
intelligent.
and she would never break
He
free of the ice
knows
until
what he's talking
1904,
about, or at least
which was
he
an
leads me
embarrassment
to
to
believe it.
Clemens
He's
Markham
really good
and
at
the
that.
expedition
But I
committee
can
back
say,
in
well,
England.
what's that?
And that's
And
because they needed a
he'll
relief
get
ship to help get
kind.
Discovery out.
He's
The problem
he
was the committee
understands
did
it
not
might
have
go
enough
over your
money to
head,
do
so
this,
he's
and the
not going
government
to
would
laugh
have to
at you. He'll
intervene,
explain
essentially
it to you.
sideline Markham and the committee.
And that is
As for
very important
Discovery,
because there's a lot of
explosives and
people,
sawing
and you
parties
guys have
tried
heard
to
them
free the ship,
before,
but
where they
without
will just
success.
talk right over your head,
Thus, the
and you
plan
have
was put
no
into motion
clue
to
what they
abandon the
just
vessel
said,
and
and you're
evacuate
like
all the
5
expedition's
paragraphs
members.
back, and
However,
they're
in
so far
February
ahead of you,
1904,
you
the
know,
ice
you've
would
already
suddenly
lost it.
open, and Discovery
So
would be able
as
to
he
break free of
talks,
the ice pack.
if there's
It's an
anything
example of
where I
how
need to
polar
stop
conditions are
him,
unpredictable.
and it's just
Something
because of
Scott
me,
should know
maybe
from his
you're
history
past
books
that, but
and
there's
could
a
have been
lot
told
more
by an
people
ice master.
probably like me
Just because
that
the
are
sea
going to
was
go,
free
what?
of ice one
And
year
they're
didn't
very
mean it would be
thankful
the
that I
next.
might stop
To
them
make
and
such
ask.
assumptions was
That way we
foolish.
can stay in line with you.
Anyhow,
So we'll
the
do our best
expedition
to
would
follow
return
him,
to
but
England, and
he
despite the
also
fact that they
knows,
had
hey,
almost lost
you
their ship,
gotta
they had a
dummy
lot
it
of
down
things
for
to
at least
crow
me,
about.
for sure.
Let's run
And
down
so
some
this
of
is
the
Charles
expedition's accomplishments.
Osman. You've
In late
heard him on
1903,
here
Scott
before,
had led
no
an
doubt.
excursion that determined the
His
location of the magnetic South
experience
Pole,
includes, I'm going
ascended
to
a
give you a
7,000
little
foot
bit
or
here, and then I'll let him
2,130
do a lot
meter
of it
mountain,
too,
and
because
discovered
I'm
a
sure he
snow-free
will. He
area
can name
called
some
the Dry
things that
Valley,
I'll
a
never
rare
have mentioned.
phenomenon.
But
He had
his
traveled
experience
700
includes
miles
45
or
plus years in the field of
1,125
electronics,
kilometers in 59 days,
material
all
science,
without dogs,
computing,
which only
artificial
increased his
intelligence,
prejudice against them.
starting with 8 years
The
at
expedition
Lawrence
had also made
Berkeley
many discoveries,
Laboratory at the
including
University of
mapping hundreds of
California,
mountains and
Berkeley
numerous
School, and
glaciers and
Los
landmarks.
Alamos National
Later, he found an
Laboratory.
emperor
Cool,
penguin
cool,
colony
cool, cool,
near
cool.
Cape Crozier.
He's been a
And of
senior
course,
fellow
there
at
was
the
the furthest
Institute for
south
Global
record.
Futures,
It was
a
all good
consulting
stuff,
group
and there
that
would be awards
provides
and a promotion
strategic
undoubtedly
research
after
services to private
Anyone
and
who wanted to
government
write a successful book about
clientele.
the mission,
I
people
love the
admired him and the men
co-founder
of the
of
expedition for their
NanoSig,
hard
an
work and
organization with
determination.
the primary
And as for
charter
Shackleton, well, he
facilitating
was just a
investment in
junior officer who had been booted
nanotechnology
from the
related
mission.
ventures. And in
Scott must have
fact,
felt good to have been rid of
basically
the man.
tonight we're going to be talking
However,
about
there was one thing that Scott
nanotechnology
had
as a
not
core
foreseen with
catalyst
regards to
of
his treatment of
accelerating
Shackleton,
next stage
and that was that he was
evolution.
giving the charming
What is
Irishman
it
a
and
full
what
year
is
in
it
England
not?
all to himself
Yes.
as
Now
the
wait
voice
a
of the
minute.
Discovery
Now you may
expedition.
go,
Shackleton,
oh, this
despite
sounds
his
so
disappointment in
boring,
leaving the
man.
expedition,
Sorry
would
for
return to
going to
England and
sleep.
find
No,
that people
no, no,
wanted
no,
to
no, no,
talk to
no,
him.
no, no. We're going to
Newspapers and politicians
not
and
at
the
all.
public wanted
In
to know
fact,
more
I love
about their
saying
furthest
nano,
south journey
nano,
and the
nano,
exotic
that's kind of
world
cool.
that no
But
one hardly knew
really,
anything
the biggest
about.
thing is,
And this
and
will
we're
give
going to bring
Shackleton
on
a
Charles
stage
right
that
now.
will turn
Welcome
him
once
into a
again,
national
Charles.
figure.
And the question what we're going to
It will be
ask first
interviews,
is,
speeches,
why
lectures, and
is
cocktail parties. And
nanotechnology
these are arenas where
relevant
Shackleton
to
will
us?
thrive.
That is probably the
And thus,
bigger
Ernest
question.
Shackleton
So,
now had
again,
name recognition,
Charles, yay,
experience,
you're
and
here.
some
Thanks
buzz
so much.
should he elect to
Well,
conduct
I
his own
Tony, I've
Antarctic
always listened to
expedition
you
in the
for a long
future.
time, and here we are.
And on that note, we wrap up for today. I hope
I
you've
know,
enjoyed
we
this story
made
of
it. I'm
Ernest
very happy
Shackleton
about it.
and the
And what's
Discovery
cool
expedition.
is you
Thanks again
have
for listening.
put together
Please
some
take care.
graphics so that people can follow on the website.
Yeah,
Your
that's a great
challenge,
idea.
if
And I
you
wanted
choose
to
to accept
make the
it,
point
is
that
this. Let's go, let's go. Show up on day one.
sort of
Work
vertical
out with us
like
for 30 minutes. Feel good
development
right away.
of technology.
Repeat 5
The
days a
story of
week
the
for 3 weeks.
almost
We're
like
a
an
body,
accident
and we call that a
of
body
wheel.
block. Take the 4th week off,
Kind of
and then
radius
we'll start
And it's a core fundamental technology which actually allows any other technologies to be more plausible, or possible, I should say, in the near future in such return. So if I have to describe what nanotech actually is,
Neil. I'm Ken. And we're from the Triviality Podcast, a pub trivia-style game show where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. Join us each week for an hour-long game of general knowledge trivia featuring special guests from around the world, plus tons of extra themed episodes. If you want to improve your trivia game, or you just want to scream at us in your car when we get easy questions wrong, then we're the show for you. Find Triviality on all your favorite podcast apps. But you know that because you're already listening to a podcast.
You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Ben from the Explorers Podcast. For the next couple of months, we are conducting a listener survey to help us get to know you, your interests, and what you think of the show. You can help out the podcast by taking a short questionnaire at surveymonkey.com/r. That's the letter R. So surveymonkey.com/r/airwave. This only takes a few minutes, and your feedback will help us improve the Explorers Podcast and find new sponsors who actually interest you. In the survey, there's even a place at the end where you can tell me anything you want. Plus, as my way of saying thank you, every person who fills out the survey will be entered to win a $500 Amazon gift card. So please, if you could take the survey, I would appreciate it. That's surveymonkey.com/r/airwave, or click on the link in our episode notes of our more recent episodes. There's also a link on our website's homepage,
likeforlikeexplorerspodcast.com. Thank you again for your help. Hi, I'm Neil, and I'm Kev, and we are from the Triviality Podcast, a pub trivia style game show where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. Join us each week for an hour-long game of general knowledge trivia featuring special guests from around the world, plus tons of extra game episodes. If you want to improve your trivia game, or you just want to scream at us in your car while we get easy questions from, then we're the show for you. Find Triviality on all your favorite podcast apps. But you know that because you're already listening to a podcast.
Your daily life and you yourself as a person, as a living thing, are going to be, or already are, in some ways affected by technology. You may not see it, it's hard to see snap or scale, but I mean,
in June of 1903, Ernest Shackleton came home to England after spending 2 years in the Antarctic. He had participated in the farthest south journey and had learned a tremendous amount about not just the frigid polar region, but about being a leader. But Shackleton did not help him feel disappointed, even a little ashamed, and that's because Discovery's commander, Robert Falcon Scott, had sent Shackleton home due to lingering effects of scurvy and the fact that he didn't like or trust his chief officer. So when Shackleton returned to his family and now fiancée, Emily Norman, he wasn't necessarily thinking great things were awaiting him. But little did he know that he would soon ascend to the national stage in England, and by 1907, Antarctica would come calling again, but this time with him in command. So today on the Explorers Podcast, we are going to cover the years of Shackleton's life between the Discovery expedition and his next polar adventure, roughly 1903 to 1907. Let's get started. It was the summer of 1903, and Shackleton returned home to find his life in full view. His fiancée, Emily Norman, had lost her father 2 years earlier. A trust had been established for Emily, which paid her £700 a year, quite a considerable amount. As a contrast, Shackleton only got £250 a year for his work with the Discovery expedition. The trust money would give the family a comfortable lifestyle, but it did not make them rich. The two were planning a spring wedding for 1904 when Shackleton told Emily that he was done with the Antarctic, which he may very well have thought was true at the time. Instead, he envisioned finding a good job and enjoying life amongst the upper crust of modern society, which Emily's family was well ensconced. Now, as part of the Discovery expedition, Shackleton had been given a commission in the Royal Navy Reserves, and thus he tried to use his new connections to get the commission transferred over to active service. The Royal Navy offered better pay and opportunities than the Merchant Navy, and it was far more prestigious, not to mention more exciting. In typical Shackleton fashion, he saw it as a springboard to better things. Shackleton talked with Clements Markham, the organizer of the Discovery expedition, and a Shackleton's reporter, as well as other well-placed connections, to try and swing the appointment. But the British Admiralty wasn't keen, and they turned down the request. Now, speaking of the Discovery expedition, the whole enterprise was still going on, and much to the embarrassment of Clements Markham and the expedition's committee, Discovery had never been free from the ice that year. The committee needed to send a relief expedition to Discovery to bring supplies and men, but to also try to free the ship from the ice pack. The problem was that the committee had no money. Shackleton would do his part to raise awareness and funds with the public, but that was peanuts compared to what was needed. Thus, the Discovery Committee appealed to the government for assistance. However, as the cost and scope of the relief expedition grew, the government were exasperated by what they perceived as the committee's ineptitude. They wanted to cut a big check to a bunch of people that they did not trust, and thus control of the affair was taken from the Discovery Expedition Committee and moved to the British Admiralty. They would do the job themselves. The cost would ultimately be £45,000, and many howled at the price.